Yo, what's going on, everybody, man? It's your boy Marcus Elbow. Welcome to Elbow Media Studios. And if this is your first time, I'm gonna go ahead on and ask you to go ahead and hit that subscription button right now, and you're gonna be happy you did, because this right here, this channel right here, is gonna offer you so many different things when it comes to music production that you're gonna be beside yourself by the time you get to the middle of this tutorial and you realize that you just hadn't hit that subscription button yet. So go ahead on and take care of that right now, because guess what? All we do over here is keep it crunk, man. Let's get it. Elbow Media Studio. Today we're going to be again looking at the MPC live ecosystem. This could be for MPC live 2, 1 for the MPC X and the MPC 1. If you have those, this will relate, okay? But as you can see here, we are working on the MPC Live Retro, okay, which is one of the different type of colorways that I love and I adore, okay? So let's go ahead and look at what are the different type of tracks that we can create. Now, there are essentially 6 different tracks that you can create inside of the MPC. The first one is going to be a drum program. The second one is going to be a plug-in, as you can see here. The next one is going to be a key group. The one past that is going to be a clip launcher, and you're going to have a MIDI deal, and you're going to have a CV, okay? The ones that we're going to be concerned with is the ones that I love to use all the time, the ones I use most of the time, which is going to be the drums, the plug-in, and the key group. I really don't use the clip launchers, but we will take a look at that real quick. I don't have any MIDI devices or CV devices, so we can't take a look at that. But soon as you get started, and if you have not seen my video on getting started with the MPC ecosystem, I'm going to leave a card here so that you can go on and check that out and then come back and watch this video. That way you will be a little bit more familiar with what's going on, but you should be able to follow along, okay? All right, so as you can see right now, I have the program icon highlighted for track 1, and as you can see here, we have a program here at the bottom that it starts with, and as you can see, nothing is loaded in there. So what you're going to have to do in order for you to do that is, if you just go ahead and hold shift and push menu, and what you can do is you can go ahead and hit the drums, and when you do that, you will be able to go in and load in a program of your choosing. And if you want, you can search that program however you want to do it. If you want to go up here, you can do it that way, and then type in something like trap if that's what you're into, and then hit do it, and then that's going to come up, and then you can just load in any one of these you like. We'll just go ahead and grab one just for the sake. Hit start twice in order for you to stop that that audition playback. And if you do not like the audition playback, you can go here and you can disable that, or you can just turn the volume down, however you want to do it. But yeah, anyway, so just go ahead and push main so we can get back to our main screen. And as you can see, once you get back here, you just loaded that track, and you just loaded that drum kit rather, and you don't see that right off the muscle. You still have that program. It's going to be there. All you have to do is hit your little data wheel here, and then you will see that kit right up there, trap band kit, and you can go ahead and start playing it. That's kind of tight right there. I could have made a beat off that right off the muscle, but that's not what we're here for. What I'm here to do is to show you the different tracks that you could make. Okay, so now that we have that, that's pretty cool. So now what we're gonna do is, that's how you make a drum kit real quick. You can just load up some sounds and then you can start working on that. But what I want to do now is I want to go to my next track, which is the plug-in, and I'm gonna go to track 2, and then I'm just gonna go to the plug-in track right here. And if you did not know, the MPC Live and X and 1, they do come with a few different plugins, which synthesizers that are already embedded into the actual software, which is pretty cool. So it does come with a lot of sounds right out the gate. So if you want to, right down here, you can see plug-in right here. If you go ahead on and hit the data wheel on that, you will see here, these are the different type of plugins you have. You have a bassline plugin, you have electric, you have tube synth, and then you have the brand new drum plugin that you can actually use to make your own drums, which is pretty cool as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and stick with the electric, and then if you go down here, this is the presets for the different sounds that you could actually play or listen to. And if you hit the button, you will hear some of that stuff going on. Now what's really super cool, since what's really super cool, since the MPC doesn't really come, it does not come with a keyboard, you can hit the pad perform here, which I love about the MPC2. They have a quick shortcut here. Once you hit that, you can go in and start setting up different ways for your keys or your pads to play different chords. If you're into chords and you know your different chords, or if you just want to experiment, you can definitely go in here and do that, and then you can find some different ways of playing different, tunes. Which is pretty dope that comes with that, and you can change it from major, you can go to minor. It's just so many different ways that you can find to manipulate, right? That you can manipulate these sounds, and you may want to find. So if you don't even know how to play, you know what I mean, you could start tinkering around and figure out ways to come up with you some pretty cool melodies just by doing that. So remember, you have a few different plugins, but that's one of the plugins, one of the sounds that comes with that. It comes with multiple sounds. That's something that you can experiment with in the future if you want to do that. Now, the next one is going to be the key group, okay? Now, when we go into the key group, the way the key group works is that it loads up a bunch of different samples on the pads, similar to the plugins, but these are just samples that you can actually play the same way you would play a regular keyboard. And the way you get these in will be the same way that you was able to get the drum kits in. What you would do is you would go ahead and hit your shift browse, and then you would get into your instruments here, and then you will, let's get off of the trap because we don't want that to be our search or criteria. And then you can actually go through, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this volume down a little bit, and then you can go through and find some different sounds, leads and guitars and things like that, piano. Right? And if we was to go ahead and hit the data, click the data wheel in and load that up, we'll be able to play those sounds. If we go ahead and go back to main, and then we just change that to the keys X road, we'll be able to play that. Which is pretty cool. And as you can see, I already got a few different key groups already loaded up, so you can start working on that, and you can start loading in. And some sample packs come with these different samples already broken down, so that when you load them to the pad, you'll be able to essentially play those just like you would play a keyboard. And if you go in and you use a pad perform, you can really experiment and really come up with some pretty cool melodies and some pretty cool beats that way. So that is pretty cool, right? The next track that you can create is actually going to be called a clip launcher. Now, if you're into Ableton, or you're into, even with the Akai Force, this is kind of similar to that. Every lane is a different clip that you could launch, and every lane plays up to 4 different clips all together. But every clip is individually spaced out as one. So you have 4 different clips you can launch at one time. So you can only launch one clip from this lane, one clip from this lane, this lane, this lane, but you can mix them up and play around with them. Let's go ahead and see how that sounds. All you gotta do is hit them again to stop them. Pretty cool, right? So yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, if you want to, you can actually create clips and launch your beats that way if you wanted to. That would be a very, very cool, creative way to to actually play your tracks and launch them, and then you can actually record those into different sequences and load those up and launch them that way. So that would be pretty cool. That's the way the Force does it. So I like that workflow. But I use the MPC a little bit different than I use the Force, and that's fine. So, but anyway, yeah. So remember, you have really 4 different ways that you can get tracks inside of the MPC ecosystem, and you can really start really working right away without any thing holding you back from really getting your workflow going. Okay, and that's pretty much it, man. So hey, I hope that you learned something from this. And if you guys have any questions about anything we covered today, let's get down inside of the comments and let me know. And hopefully I can help you guys out and try to figure out, what are you missing and what's your problem, what you can't figure out. All right, man. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Remember, go ahead and hit that like button real quick for me. Again, if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and become a subscriber. Join the community. We stream on Saturdays. We interact with the community. We really, really and truly love the community that we have created. It has been a great, great journey, and this is 2021, and these are the different type of things that we're going to be working with this year, along with some of our iOS stuff and all of the different things that make this channel so unique. So hey, join the party, man. We would love to have you as part of the community. All right, man. It's your boy Marcus Elbow. This has been Elbow Media Studios, and I will catch you in the next video. All right, man. Peace.